Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. Class 12, Business Studies. Today we are going to see controlling lesson. In this video, we are going to see the process of controlling. Controlling process has 5 steps: setting performance standards, measurement of actual performance, comparison of actual performance with standards, analyzing deviations, taking corrective action. First step is setting performance standards. Standards actually are like the yardsticks with which the actual performance is measured. Okay, because we need some base to measure the actual performance. So definitely we need to set some standards to measure the actual performance, right? And these standards can be set both in qualitative and quantitative terms. So the standard set can be either qualitative or quantitative. Quantitative terms are very easy to set because quantitative actually means the quantity of production we expect from an employee. For example, if you take an operator who's working in a production department, you may fix a standard for the operator to produce 100 units per day. So 100 units, that quantity of production is the standard which is set. And with that as the yardstick or with that as the base, you can just compare the actual performance of the operator on a daily basis, whether he is able to produce 100 units or whether he is able to produce more than 100 units. Okay, so the performance is measured with this quantity as the yardstick. When it comes to qualitative standards are set normally for managerial people, and these qualitative terms are like problem solving, decision making, okay, their overall development, their personality development, etc. And it is very tough to measure a person's performance based on qualitative standards because so many documentation work is needed for doing this checking work. Okay, next is measurement of actual performance. So now is that we have set a standard. Okay, so with the standard as the base, we have to next measure the actual performance. So what is the actual performance of an employee, of each and every employee in an organization? Okay, so whenever the employee is performing, at the time of performance, it is measured in the same units which is set while fixing standards. Like if you have fixed a quantitative standard, based on that quantitative standard only you have to measure the actual performance. If you're giving the target to an operator as 100 units per day, then you cannot change it when it comes to actual performance. The same 100 units of production has to be measured whether it is done or not. Okay, so the units which are used while fixing the standard should be used for measuring the actual performance also. Okay, so in case of large organization, when the employees are more in number, then at that time the performance can be measured with performance report. Okay, so with performance report they can measure the performance of each and every employee. But when it comes to smaller organization, the employees can be their performance can be measured very easily just by observing through supervisors themselves. Okay, next comes comparison of actual performance with standards. So now is that we have set a standard and now we have measured the actual performance. So the next step is we have to compare the actual performance with the standard set, and we have to just find out whether both match. Okay, so this comparison will actually reveal the deviation in the planned performance and the actual performance. So how much was the planned performance and how much is the actual performance? That deviation can be measured easily when we are in the third step of controlling process, that is comparison of actual performance with the standards set. Okay, so if it is a qualitative standard, then it is going to be somewhat difficult in comparing the actual performance with the standards. But when it is quantitative, it is very easy. Okay, so now is that we have analyzed. Suppose if there is any deviation spotted out, then what we have to do? We have to analyze those deviations. So the deviations are analyzed based on certain aspects, right? And when we analyze deviations, we have to give importance to deviation in certain point, which is called as critical point control. So in critical point control, we have the key result areas where we cannot afford to accept any deviation. Even a small deviation in this key result area would result in a failure or less profit. Okay, so here the deviations can never be allowed. So that type of areas only are called key result area, and we have to have a critical point control there. We cannot have even a percentage of deviation. Okay, so this is called as critical point control. Then the other aspect of analyzing deviation is management by exception. So when we say management by exception, to certain percentage we can accept a deviation under these areas, but when it exceeds more than the fixed percent, then we have to pay attention to those deviations. So this type of deviations or these type of areas which is managed is called as management by exception. So analyzing deviation, we have critical point control where we can never allow any deviations. Not even a percentage of deviation can be accepted in case of critical point control, because they are key result areas, okay, that will directly affect the revenue. But on the other hand, we have management by exception where certain percentage of deviation is acceptable, but when it exceeds we have to pay attention to it. Okay, so now is that in the fourth step we have analyzed the deviations and whatever it is, whether it is a critical point control or management by exception. Now what is the final step we have to do is we have to take corrective action. So if the deviations are going beyond a particular range or beyond the acceptable range, then definitely we have to give our immediate attention, which means that is expecting that area is expecting immediate managerial attention towards it. Okay, so in that case we have to pay attention immediately. So it can be taken in any way. The manager can use both negative as well as positive motivators to correct the deviations. Okay, so these are the steps involved in controlling process. Today we have discussed the steps in controlling process. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you.